Hello all. Today is Monday. Monday, May 25th, 2020. And I just want to calmly express what my day has been like. One, because perhaps if I do it in a calm manner, I will stop feeling so fucked up, mentally and emotionally. And two, this way there's a record of what things I am going through so that, I don't know. There's a path that will lead to wherever I end up. So as many of you know, last week I got the bomb drop that I was not going to be continuing on as full-time, even though that was not the agreement that I had made almost a month ago. Maybe it was a month. Time is what? At least 3 weeks ago. Because Amazon does not want to pay benefits. And that's really unfortunate because I kind of need a full-time job right now. And I definitely have delivered. There will probably be more details about all the things I do there or have done and some other fun things coming up in coming weeks. But today, the leadership personnel who initially had that conversation with me before last week when somebody else told me that that was not actually the case. A little late for that, but pandemic, what are you going to do? So he was back today after his paternity leave. Congrats, babies are cute. And he just sort of approached me and he was like, hey, do we need to have a talk? I heard something. And so, all masked up, gloved up, holding knives, put the knives down. It's my job to hold knives and use them on fruit. And not that I would use a knife on anybody, but no. I stopped what I was doing. I said, yes, we need to have a conversation. And I expressed that I felt used, lied to, manipulated, that my work ethic has been abused, that the people addressing the issue are definitely condescending to me, and that was met with, and I believe this person had the best intentions, but instead of apologizing and or amending it to the fact that I deliver more than most people who have been through our department, it should have been remedied. A sorry, you didn't understand what I meant was not really the goal. But I want to point something out about the Pacific Northwest Whole Foods region. I'm assuming this applies to everywhere, certainly West Seattle Whole Foods. Our management in the store and regional is all straight white men. There's probably some white women as well, but the higher-ups are definitely all straight white men. They like to wear flannels. Most of them have facial hair. Yeah, it's very, very Seattle, so that's kind of charming in a cliche way that doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, all I got was an apology for, oh, no, see, the issue was, this is the agreement I made with my higher-ups, and I'm sorry that you didn't hear me not saying the words that I said to them to you, but yeah, that was just, you were the one who got to be full-time for longer with no benefits, and then go back to part-time later, because you work so hard, which is highly offensive. Some other things that have been on my mind the whole time I've worked at Whole Foods, the whole time, and I can speak to this, and I mean, this is lived experience. It's interesting how most of the people of color have left. I'm definitely the only black person on my team whatsoever, and the only other black people I see in the store seem to be on the green team, the people that walk around and sweep and wipe. And there's white people who do that too occasionally, but no, definitely not in any leadership position. There aren't any. I want to say any black people, but probably also any people of color, really. And a lot of the black people that I met during orientation way back in October have definitely quit, moved on, for just, all the normal stuff that we're used to. But basically, I'm sharing all of this because it's driving me crazy. And it's damaging me. It's damaging my psyche, it's damaging my physical health. And yet, here I am with limited options, not limited resources. I know that I have people out there who have got me, but this is a bigger issue than that, and I can't believe that this is okay. But like some other just brief things that happened today, I know this is going on, and you can definitely hit me up. We can maybe do a FaceTime or whatever you call it at some point to really dig deep. But as I said, I will be presenting more wonderful Truths of Whole Foods in the near future. For today, after I talked to the team leader who had the conversation, I didn't get a proper apology. I got, sorry you misunderstood what I didn't tell you, which is frustrating because I know that it wasn't a misunderstanding. It was convenient neglecting to correct me because I straight up said, well, yes, since all my theater things have been canceled, a full-time job would be great. And also since I have to be here when at the time, no one was like required to wear masks except maybe the employees. So a little stressful, definitely not insured, haven't been for years, can't afford it. So I said, yeah, I need to be full-time. So then at least, if nothing else, if I'm only making $16.50 an hour, I can have benefits. So you see, it wasn't a misunderstanding because the correct answer to that, since I have not had benefits the whole time I've been full-time on interim, on a temporary whatever, everyone I said that to should have said, oh, no. This is just until the next phase of it, and you will ultimately be part-time again. I harped on benefits as the contingency for me to remain there full-time. This is why I know I'm being lied to. And it doesn't matter how nice people are, they're playing a game. Like, I've read the way that Amazon deals with things, and nobody get it twisted. This isn't Whole Foods. This is Amazon. Like, Whole Foods is not a company. Sure, it is, but it's not its own company. So I want everyone to understand that anybody working for Whole Foods is not considered a person. And if you're thinking about working for Whole Foods, I highly recommend it if you are white, young, like a first job situation, because I can promise you, your work ethic matters 0%. Cleanliness, sanitation, yes. But like your learning speed, your productivity, they literally do not care. You are a number, you are replaceable, you do not need to do your best at that corporation. Because all they need is a body to fill out a log of whatever the fuck, and you don't even, honestly, I do all the things, but I've been picking up after people, like, quite frankly, you can get away with a lot. So if you need a very easy, low paid, no benefits job, but that's what I'm saying, entry level. Not when you're 30 fucking one with 16 years of experience level, but, yeah. If you need a reference, let me know. So that happened. Wouldn't call it an apology, would call it a strange interaction. And because I have not been sleeping due to the stress and anxiety, which has been very ramped up, yeah, this weekend I had to call out Saturday and Sunday because Saturday I couldn't get my heart to stop racing. I threw up all day, even though I was only drinking water. Passed out a few times just from that. And then I realized I was just having rolling panic attacks. Since Friday night, Saturday night, and last night added up to about 7.5 hours of sleep. I had a burger yesterday with lovely friends in the park, and I had some chicken nuggets the day before. This is all a result of the hostile work environment that has been developing around me, and I just thought that because I work so hard, that it wasn't going to hit me the same, because I work so hard that they would follow through on their word, that because I work so hard and so much harder than definitely every male that works in my department, like physically, no dudes scrub the floor, 0%, no men, and I don't really think, like, most of the other employees in general, nobody is scrubbing the walls. Nobody is sanitizing the things that we all touch all the time constantly as much as I do. And really, though, it's not even the work. It's the lack of respect. When I'm so tired and washing and sanitizing all of my uniform, cut glove, hat, apron, all the things I need for work every single day to make sure that whatever negligence customers brought to the store does not reach other customers the next day, or my roommates, if that can be helped. So I forget my cut glove for the first time. And I've got pictures of this. This one can probably go up today. But there are cut gloves that are supposed to be just for use in the VA room. The VA room, where VA stands for value added. I add value to like produce that would otherwise be discarded or donated. I can like cut it up and make it pretty and put it in a mix, and then people are like, oh cool, now I don't have to do that work. Because so the 4 cut gloves that were in there are supposed to be sanitized, cleaned and sanitized, and hung up to dry after every use. In a 48-degree room, if you hang up a wet glove, that shit's not going to dry. And if you don't wash it and sanitize it first, well, we'll put some pictures up later of what my options were. So then I ask someone who I can get a new cut glove from, because I can't use any of the ones in the room because I care about food safety. And the answer was, yeah, just go upstairs. Somebody upstairs will tell you where. So I go upstairs, and then we have to go into the office of the higher up. And the office of the higher up, a lovely gentleman, we will call him Tim. It's not his real name, but Tim, definitely one of the higher ups. You know, same demographic I described earlier about leadership. And the person who brought me in there was very sweet and said, hey, Io forgot her cut glove. And he goes, oh, Io forgot her cut glove. And then the response was kind of funny, but very passive-aggressive and also highly condescending. The lovely employee who brought me in there to help me out said, well, Tim is being nice today, and usually if you forget your cut glove, you'd be sent home. So I looked Tim directly in the eye and I said, oh, well, that is still completely an option. Thing is, because of the poor training, the lack of cross-training, not going to say the lack of ability, because anybody can do this shit. It's just like, no, they find a workhorse. They find someone who can do the shit, and it's usually a person of color. Like, and this is across departments. Trust. I talk to people. But at least in my purview, specifically for where I am, I can promise you, I probably would have been sent home if I was one of the people that, you know, clocks out on the dot and not 15 minutes after every single day. I'd probably be sent home if I don't know, take 3 hours to do a 1-hour job all the time. But that's not my track record. And I know since I wasn't here this weekend, they probably needed some stuff, especially watermelon, Memorial Day, wedges. This video is dragging on, and I get it. This trauma is dragging on, so I hope you get that. And if you watch this video for the whole fucking 15 minutes, I hope you don't fucking shop at Whole Foods. Because I want you to know that literally today, in addition to everything I've told you, like, there was somebody in another department who checks in with me every day because I work so hard, and people do recognize that. Not higher ups, they don't give a fuck because, you know, they have health insurance and salaries and no fucks to give. And privilege. Oh god, the privilege. But this person also happened to be an older white male, and he is dope. And he checked in with me today, and even though we're all masked up and only have the eyes, he saw that and he said, what happened? And I said, you know, this company is a shithole. I am nothing if not transparent. I said, this company is a shithole. He said, why? What's going on? I explained what happened. He agreed that it was fucked up. I explained that my main problem, the thing that's keeping me up at night, the reason that I physically can't sleep, I can't like eat, is the stress and anxiety from being dehumanized. And not only that, but being aware of it. So trust, I'm on my way out, you guys. Because there's no way to rectify this. But I want you to know that this particular team member who I was talking to, when I said, I have never felt more dehumanized, he agreed with me. That's how fucked it is. I got stuck in a machine where the other parts can agree with me, but they can't support me.